Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/capesandlunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is DG Chichester, and you're listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Hey, who's in the mood for some 20-year-old justice?
Ooh, it's got one more year to cure, so I'm allowed to legally take it on a date. So,
Oh, that's right.
maybe next year we'll do the live commentary when it turns 21, and it'll be a drunk commentary.
Oh, yes. Like it's old enough for Lilith to examine in detail. Yes. All right.
Exactly.
All right, kids. Welcome back to another episode, the 50th episode of The Devil You Know.
Suck it, losers. We did it, boys. We made it to 50.
I am Phil, and joining me, as always, my co-counsel, it is.
Hey, y'all. You know me. Lilith Hellfire. Just a salty croissant. If you're not listening to Salty and Petty, you're making a grave error in judgment, because that's where you're missing out on the deep dives and inside jokes.
The female Tony Stark. You know who I am.
Exactly.
Again, we don't have time to do what we do now. When I'm just like, man, we should do an Iron Man podcast. Just so
No, I have to talk Phil off a ledge of making a new podcast like once a week. No joke.
I don't know about once a week, maybe once.
All right, once a month. Yeah.
It just hit me today. I was just like, a captain of bad life decisions, examining the fictional works of another captain of bad life decisions.
Hey!
You're not as bad. You're not as bad.
From one alcoholic to another. Wait a minute, I'm not Charlie. Charlie, you have to do the Iron Man with Charlie.
Well, demon in a bottle. Oh my God, is that our subtle intervention? Hey Lilith, remind me to do a story with you about Hal Jordan.
Hey, they're legal.
I know.
And even if I did have the power to age someone up, I wouldn't do it. They're still mentally 13, and I don't want to be talking about Nintendo Switch and Madden all day. It's bad enough people that are 25 still do that.
Why? Why? We're mentally 13.
Exactly. I hate myself. I don't want to be with somebody just like me. I'm not waiting for me to sweep me off my feet.
Oh, nice. I knew. I was wondering which one of us get there first. Hail. All right. So
I'm going to make you feel old, Phil. But now I feel old looking back at it. This literally came out when I was a senior in high school. Valentine's Day, senior in high school.
Oh, did you go on a date to see this?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, that's right, kids. I
was trying to find my Polaroids, and I can't find
Oh my!
Yeah,
oh,
Polaroids are greater than Kodak instant film, you know?
Oh, some lucky young man took Lilith to the movies, grabbed some elbow, and thought he got to second base.
Or vice versa, whatever.
Oh! Whoa!
But yeah, no, I was just thinking back on this movie and like why I remember it so fondly. Yeah, this is like one of the last Marvel movies that I got to watch as like a high school kid, and it's real nostalgic. And this is when I was a Ben Affleck apologist. Ben Affleck is the original Chris Evans for me. Like, I know he's a white guy from Boston, and he's proved to be a white guy from Boston by getting married to Jennifer Lopez on a plantation. But he was riding the coattails of Matt Damon at the time, and I think this role was actually very perfect for him. So, Chris Evans can get it all day, every day. Listen, every day, I just wait on the Chris Evans bomb to drop. I know it's going to happen. I know it is.
And yeah, you don't have to make me feel old, because I was just like, if I'm not thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, when did this movie come out? Like 5-10 years ago? No, it's been 20 years.
20.
I know, and for
literally this year is my freaking reunion, and I was like, holy shit, it's in June, so I'm just like, frick.
and again, it's just like 2003 was your you graduated in 2003?
Yeah.
Oh, did you graduate early?
Yeah.
Shit. See, kids, remember the genius and evil genius.
Exactly.
But no, I'm just like, I watched this yesterday. For a superhero movie of this
I
time,
think it holds up, man.
No, it's good for especially as considering the time period it came out. Yeah. Pre MCU, yeah. Again, I'd rather see another Ben Affleck Daredevil than him as Batman again.
Agreed.
I thought she was going to disagree with me there for a second. Yeah,
no. I never thought he was a good fit for Batman.
No.
So yeah, I totally agree about that. They need to like let that go. But
Mm-hmm.
I realized that I haven't been playing this damn soundtrack for 20 years. I looked at my Amazon Music and I was like, holy frick! I am still rocking Evanescence. I love Nickelback. I love a Canadian band. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh yeah,
41. This is my era. Like my high school music. This was it. If it was loud, angry, and aggressive, I was listening to it. So post grunge, new metal. This soundtrack is a classic. It's a banger.
Oh yeah, I have it on.
It has My Immortal, first of all, and then Bring Me to Life. Excuse me? No Marvel cinematic soundtrack is topping this ever. With the exception, of course, the original Black Panther, the first Black Panther soundtrack. That is the only one that can compete with this. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, that'd be. Oh yeah, you said that'd be a nice back.
Oh, we should do. We should do a ranking list on Salty and Petty on best Marvel soundtracks.
Oh yeah, I mean we could do just superhero
soundtracks in general.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
But yeah, like I just realized, I was like, yeah, I've literally been listening to these same songs for 20 years.
I love the soundtrack since it came out also, but it's like, I was like watching the movie, I'm just like, oh yeah, 2003, yeah.
Oh man, I mean, Bring Me to Life is literally synonymous with this movie because obviously the clips are in it. It's the electric clip and all that.
Oh yeah. Anytime I hear that song, I think of this movie.
Exactly. It's kind of just like when you think of Radioactive, I think of the pilot episode of Arrow.
Yes. I mean, and you talked about it, Ben Affleck in this movie. Yes, a very healthy Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, and this is fresh off of her Alias TV show and stuff like that. So she was, and they go on to get married and stuff. Become Bennifer 2.0.
Yeah.
And I always felt she was too good for him. Turns out I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Him and J-Lo deserve each other. If you know, you know. But yeah, I was like, I used to be a huge Kevin Smith fan, so he's very much within the Kevin Smith movie universe and stuff. Dogma is one of my favorite movies. Yeah. The other one where they go and become comic book, I forget that one. But
yeah, but again, Kevin Smith for 2 seconds is in this movie, so.
Jack Kirby, baby.
I know. I forgot about that.
I was like, the audacity of it all.
It's always like Kirby. Well, again, all the secondary characters in this had to be named after. Well, most of them were named after Daredevil writers, but
yeah, which is cute. And I thought that this movie, it's such a shame because I love Jon Favreau as an actor, but more importantly as a director and a producer. He's a real connector of people, and he has a real love for the art. And I just thought, what if Jon Favreau actually directed this movie, or if they ever rebooted it, or wanted to give Ben Affleck another chance? Like, yeah.
They should, even if it's only an episode or two when the Daredevil comes out. They should let Favreau.
I mean, he's in with the mouse now.
Oh yeah.
So I think it would only make sense, or like he's like Foggy's dad or something.
Oh,
like, I think that would be so cute.
Or at least let him direct one or two episodes.
I say let him direct them all, but I know that ain't gonna happen. He's too busy with like his cooking and all this stuff he does. But yeah, 1 or 2 episodes would be like really an amazing, like kind of full circle moment almost.
I mean, there's gonna be a bunch of directors because remember, was it like 24 episodes or something?
Oh, they upped it because I thought it was 18.
Oh no, maybe is it 18?
It's 18. Yeah.
18, okay.
But last time I checked, it could change.
But that's still a lot for a Disney Plus series.
It's so much. It's gonna be a very interesting project to keep your eye on. And allegedly Mike Coulter and Kristen Ritter might be back. They were kind of spotted around the area. Now
Well,
that
yeah,
Elvis kind of
Kristen.
started.
I did see the Kristen Ritter rumor, but Mike Coulter was also seen.
Yeah, well, he
Oh.
works on Evil in New York, so
Yeah.
But I think it was they were actually spotted in LA together. Is what raised the eyebrows, and I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure Evil shoots in New York. Curious. I mean, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah. No, I mean this movie. I forgot how good. I mean, I knew it was good, but I forgot how good it was.
Listen, I found out Roger Ebert, who literally hates superhero movies, loved this movie. And now this is crazy. I was reading his review, and he says, I'm getting a little bit tired of superhero origin stories. This is 2003. This is how I know Disney pays reviewers. I'm just saying. This is how I know, because that was 2003. We weren't really living in that era. It was like X-Men, Spider-Man, and Blade in this movie.
Yeah.
And Blade's origin movie really isn't even an origin movie. Technically, 2 is more of an origin movie than anything.
Yeah. And again, I mean, Daredevil wasn't a household name at this point. You needed his origin. Like when Iron Man first appeared, you needed that origin for the masses. But it's like, yeah, Spider-Man, Batman, Superman.
It's brooding. And it's like, well, Angel is still literally Angel ends in 2004.
Yeah.
So like, brooding was a thing. You know, it's very. I love the just the certain photography is very gothic. It's a little cheesy and look back. You know, always on a gargoyle. It's giving very much Batman. Don't get me wrong. It's very much giving Batman.
Well, again, after Frank Miller, it's like, how often have we had a bright, shiny, happy Daredevil even?
Exactly. And I am so sad that this movie never got a sequel because Ben Affleck, I don't know if you guys know, he got like really invested in the character and he wanted it to take a darker tone. He wanted to do like Born Again storyline or what was the other one he was interested in? I forget. It was another one that was like kind of darker and grittier too, but he definitely wanted to do Born Again. And, you know, this is before like, you know, the Henry Cavill's, quote unquote. He's a fake nerd, but I'm not going to get on that. But yeah, he really wanted to be invested and he wanted to renegotiate and he just instead walked away and that's why everything kind of fell apart. Also, he got pissed that they cut out his scene in Elektra. That was supposed to actually make the movie, but if you know anything about Elektra, they actually ended up deleting that scene and it's a bonus scene on the DVD.
Oh, really? They actually had him show up?
Yeah, he actually filmed it and everything and they cut it. At the request of Jennifer Garner, actually. She's like, yeah, I really would love for Daredevil to make a cameo so that we can keep the universe connected. Like, they had a lot invested in these characters, and it's such a shame we never really got to see them reprise their roles. Like, I don't think Elektra really did it for me as like a real life Elektra fan. Yeah, Jennifer Garner, she is a kick-ass woman who can do her own stunts and stuff. But I don't know, like, that movie just wasn't written very well.
Again, it's the thing of Hollywood trying to shove too much into it at once. You know, it's like we're doing.
I mean, we even had Karen Page in this movie, low key. So I mean, Ella Pompeo, though, you know, she's a pain to work with, so I get it. Her and Katherine Heigl, please, at the height of grace, forget about it.
I mean, again, it's like, you know, again, they try to do Daredevil's origin. Then you're already doing Elektra. You're already bringing in the Kingpin for the first time. It's like, it's too much.
Kingpin was the best decision. I'm not gonna lie. And this is where like Michael Clark Duncan, like, that is a chef's kiss casting. May he rest in power. I thought he was the best thing about the movie to me.
Oh yeah, I mean, physically he fit the role. He's an actor.
Menacing,
he's a good actor. So yeah, I mean,
and it's like, you don't even care that he's black. Like, literally nobody, this is 2003. Nobody cared that he was black because he literally embodied the role.
Yes. He again, physically, he
like, we are regressing. We are regressing as a society. Like, when you think that Catwoman and the Joker were a black woman and a Mexican guy back in the 60s and nobody batted an eyelash, and literally we have like a black Catwoman now and everybody's pissed. Like, I can't with fandom. Chronically online takes, man. That's the only thing I can say.
Well, one, it's like were the complaints theirs, but we didn't have the internet, so we didn't know.
We had the internet. I looked up the forums. Everybody
60s?
loved Michael Clark Duncan.
Oh no, I meant in the 60s with like
in the 60s
with the Batman.
I'm sure they would have had written firmly worded letters to the FCC like they did. Like, we got 100 complaints for Rihanna's Super Bowl. I'm like, did we not have like freaking Rolling Stones talking about sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and nobody complained about that?
Yeah,
Rihanna did a little more classy, but whatever.
I just saw people complaining that Rihanna's Super Bowl show was like boring or something, and it's like, oh, she's pregnant.
She's pregnant.
Well, why didn't she?
It is either you like her music or you don't.
Well, it's like, why didn't she bring in other people? Because other people have done that before.
Kanye, the person that she wanted to, obviously is persona non grata, and Jay-Z refuses to do a Super Bowl. He's got beef with the NFL, despite his wife actually doing a Super Bowl. Not my business, not my circus, not my monkeys. That's actually what it is. Yeah. Kanye's persona non grata, and Jay-Z, you know, all her best songs literally have those two featured people. And Chris Brown, obviously, she can't bring Chris Brown.
No.
So it's like all three of those dudes, God.
But I was gonna say other people.
And she hates Drake, so and we all hate Drake at this point. So,
but I was gonna say
it was like slim pickings.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense because I was like, why didn't she bring it to other people?
I was looking at the set list and I'm like, holy crap, that is why.
Especially if she's pregnant, no one's gonna like say anything. You know, it's like, oh, maybe let's bring in someone to jump around because she's not gonna be the one jumping around. Okay.
I mean, you know, nobody's gonna top Michael Jackson for me, so. I mean, we Prince, you know, we've had some really amazing Super Bowls, and like I'm lucky to be alive for it, and that there's footage of it on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah,
or we could get Timberlake to make a boob out of him. So she's not gonna listen to this.
I'm telling. I'm taking this clip and I'm sending it to Danielle.
I need a clip. My wife's not gonna listen to this.
She's not gonna hear this.
Oh, I was thinking about you because what is that detergent? Or you got the Backstreet Boys in the commercial, you know, singing from the poster.
Babes, I don't watch commercials.
Oh, that's true. But it's some detergent thing, and it's like them singing from the poster the woman has on the wall. And I'm just like, I wanted to send it to you, be like, look, the commercial literally says they stink.
Oh, that's nothing. I don't know if you know this movie. It's got like Seth Rogen in it, and This Is the End. And at the I tell people, oh, this is my favorite movie ever. Can you guess why? And then they like get to the end, like, oh god damn it, it's Backstreet Boys performing in heaven. You son of a bitch. Spoilers for a movie that's like 15 years old. But yeah, I did that like to numerous people, and I find it hilarious every time. They're like, wait, I don't get this. Really doesn't seem like your kind of movie. It's got Jonah Hill, Emma Watson punching Jonah Hill. Like, that movie's crazy.
That's right, kid. She did not Rickroll you. She Backstreet Boy rolled you.
Exactly.
But
I can't, like, I could watch this movie. I think when I got this on DVD, I burned it out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This is the confusing thing about Daredevil DVDs or Blu-rays. So the theatrical release actually has all the bonus material. They took out all the bonus material for the commentary tracks for the director's cut.
Really?
So if you really want to have like the whole picture of the movie, you actually kind of have to have both the theatrical and the director's cut to get the bonus footage and the deleted scenes, and then also the very interesting commentary of the directors and the producers.
Yeah, I think the DVD I have might be. I think it's the theatrical.
Most people have theatrical because they kept delaying the director's cut for whatever reason. I'm not even familiar with the director who did this movie, to be honest. His name is like he did the Mark Steven Johnson. He also did the screenplay, and I was just like, that name just doesn't sound very familiar. But of course, Avi Arad, as always with all these 20th century Fox things, he's just there mucking up stuff.
And again, I think
he did like Grumpy Old Men, and he also did the Ghost Rider movie, if I remember right. And he also did Christopher Robin.
Oh yeah, he might have did the Ghost Rider because that name does sound familiar.
I'm more familiar with him as a writer.
Yeah.
So yeah, like him directing, it was kind of weird. I was just like, I don't know.
But no, this movie does hold up. I'd say the weakest point is just the character of Bullseye.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
They wanted to kind of do like comic book, but like not like they were trying to walk this fine line, and they kind of failed at it when it came to the villain. Like, everything else felt really grounded. Even Kingpin felt super grounded.
Oh, yeah.
And Bullseye sticks out like a sore thumb.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was literally like almost a cartoon character. Just
yeah. And, I mean, didn't Colin Farrell take like a break from movies after this for a while?
I think so.
I think we don't see him again in an American movie until like Phone Booth, which is like, what, 2 or 3 or 4 years later or something like that?
I mean, just the whole, that was
ridiculous.
The bullseye on his top of it. I mean, I guess that's a callback to the one on his mask, but it's like, really?
Just put the mask on, man.
I know he even says in the movie, I want a bloody costume.
Exactly.
And why do we make him Irish? Was that just for Colin Farrell, or?
Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes I get sick of doing the American accent.
Yeah.
The American accent sucks. It does.
I was gonna say in the comics he's an American douchebag.
Exactly. He's
What?
our douchebag. Don't you dare Irish wash him.
He took our jibs.
Oh, leave it to British and other people taking American roles.
Oh yeah,
Looking at you, Hugh Jackman.
Jackman. No, yeah, the whole thing was grounded, except just the character of Bullseye hamming it up on screen.
I mean, literally, he might as well just sat in the corner and twirled his mustache. Like, what the hell, man?
He had like 4 lines, and one of them was just repeating, "He made me miss."
Yeah, definitely the weakest part of the movie.
I mean, if they had tightened that up, I mean, that could have been another strong pillar of this movie. Because I mean, I love just him standing on the motorcycle, killing Elektra's father and stuff. I like that fight scene in the street.
Yeah, the fight scenes are great, but when he's talking, it's not so great.
No. Yeah, I know. Oh, what did you think of Joe Pantaleone as Ben Urich?
Listen, it left me some joy pants. He is like if you grew up in the 90s, he is a staple character actor. He's like right up there as far as I'm concerned with like Joe Pesci and Danny DeVito. Like, a short tough guy. A short tough guy that's Italian. You gotta love it. Kind of like Bobby D,
I know. Well, that's the thing. I was like, I liked him in this, but I was just like, wait a minute, is he like a little too cool or a little too tough to play Ben Urich? It's like,
that's what I thought. But like, if they had cast him now, like it makes sense. But back
yeah, he's a little older. But yeah, I know.
Like right around this time, yeah,
he was like in this. Is this when he was in The Sopranos? It's like, yeah, I know. Oh, speaking of The Sopranos, it wasn't the one bully. Wasn't that what's his face who played Tony Soprano's kid in the Sopranos?
Young Matt Murdock, yeah, right.
No, the one bully, like the.
Oh, in the streets.
Yes.
I think so. Not sure.
I think he might have been. He looked familiar. I
don't want to say all dark-haired Italian boys look alike, but you can't pay me to tell the difference between like the situation and Pauly D. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen. I don't know.
No, it looked like him, at least to me.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to all these people anyway? like of course, rest in power, Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
Like Ben Affleck. What's the last movie Ben Affleck made or directed?
I don't.
Zack Snyder's Justice
Well, I was gonna say I think we know what his last thing was.
Batman, my favorite character.
And that can't be right though. Like I don't like for some reason it might be right, but it doesn't feel right. But I think it is right because like I think that really did tank his career because it was terrible.
All right, kids, hold on to your hats. You either die Daredevil or you live long enough to become a shitty Batman.
Christian Bale can't relate.
Oh.
I mean, as long as we're not talking about the third movie, I think we all just can collectively agree the third movie didn't happen. It is a duology. And The Dark Knight Rises is perfect.
He was barely in that movie. Spent half of it on his
exactly. That's what I mean. I don't even think we have to count the third movie. That was like some weird Bane spinoff. I don't know.
He let everyone else do the heavy lifting and spent half the time on his back. The little Hellfire maneuver.
I mean, it's good work if you can get it, man.
Hell.
I'm just gonna keep it real. You can roast me all you want. Christian Bale is my favorite Batman. Is he my favorite Bruce Wayne? No. But is he my favorite Batman? Yes.
I don't know. The world erupted into chaos.
Movie, because y'all know.
Adam West can get it.
Of course. All day, every day, Adam West is the greatest Batman. I don't care what anybody says. For like TV.
I don't know. I don't know. The collective universe lost its mind during the Super Bowl when that ad played. Yeah, I'm Batman.
Yeah. A lot of people are like trying to go back to the Keaton era, and honestly, like, yeah, it gave us Batman the animated series, but like, I don't like the dark tone that it took, and then they had to do like that Joel Schumacher like 180 and really ruin the franchise for a very long time. We've still been struggling since 1997. I don't care what you say.
I told you the headcanon I saw online, and it works. It's like The Michael Keaton movies, that was actual Batman, and then the Schumacher movies are the movies Hollywood made after Bruce Wayne sold the rights.
Like he would actually need to sell it, right?
I know, but still.
I mean, now, sure, because he's broke again, but
Exactly.
at least Schumacher had the decency to apologize. But the weirdest thing in the movie that I loved as a kid, but looking back now, is like when he lights the DD on fire.
Oh yeah. Okay, that struck me on this rewatch. I was like, wait a minute. So after the guy gets hit by the train, like gets cut in half by the train, so Daredevil stayed there, drew the DD and gasoline, hoping someone threw like a lit cigarette or a match or something on it, because he didn't light it.
Listen, that's not the Matty Murdock I know. He's got very little forethought. Very little forethought. There's not a lot going on in that head of his.
I know, but
it's like boom, boom, kick the villain's ass, and that's about it. He doesn't even care about his locker. Be for real. He's like, Foggy's got this. I don't even have to do anything. I just show up and look pretty.
I know, but I'm just like, so you just did that hoping someone came near it with an open flame, you know?
Oh, back when not just the villains could smoke.
Yes.
Oh, 2003. Like I swear, like, well, I'm kind of from a different part of the country, but like I swear in 2003 we didn't let people smoke in public anymore. But New York could be different. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it seemed like, I was gonna say it seemed like it. Yeah.
Like, I remember at least like it was like the late 90s when like you couldn't smoke in a Denny's anymore. Like, you know, that type thing.
I know, that's Denny's.
Like yeah, Denny's was like the last bastion of smokers. I remember that.
I'm sorry. I mean,
when
I'm
they
sorry.
would close them in that little back room. If you're old enough, you know. You're like, what's back there? All the smokers? Oh, that's nasty.
You know why Denny stopped people from smoking, right? They're like, it's either keep people from smoking or we're gonna have to remodel to get rid of the smoke smell. Just ban them from smoking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Denny's. I still love your Grand Slam breakfast. If you want to sponsor us, I'm down.
That's right, kid. She loves a Grand Slam in the morning.
Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity.
Eggs over my hammy.
Exactly.
And I love
Ray's
it. And
like, what is this Denny's you speak?
I was gonna say, yes, Ray. It's a chain of would you call it a diner?
Fast casual diner food.
Yes, and they probably haven't updated their dining room since like the 80s, 90s.
Well, maybe that's your Denny's. I actually have a very nice Denny's.
You know what?
Like
I have
5 miles up the road from me.
Yeah, there. Maybe when you're here, we should go into the Denny's. I haven't been in there since God.
I'll teach you the secret menu. I used to go, like when I lived in Vegas. I lived at Denny's.
Oh man, I don't know if we've been in a Denny's since like.
I haven't been in a Denny's since 2013.
I was gonna say it's probably been around.
I tried to go like
probably around the same for me.
Yeah, I think I tried to go like right after the pandemic, but it was gross, so I didn't actually order. Like I saw the kitchen and like, oh my God, I was like, no, we gotta go.
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
Like, I've been very leery about going out.
If
since the post times.
If cleanliness is your thing, yeah, Denny's ain't for you.
Like it's gotta be a brand new Denny's.
Hey.
It's like Waffle House. They ship the silverware with like water stains. They have to. I've never been to a Waffle House where the silverware didn't have water stains on it.
Unless Denny's or Waffle House wants to sponsor us.
Listen, I still love Waffle House. Don't get me wrong. I will go to Waffle House at 3 in the morning in the roughest neighborhood anywhere in America. I love me some Waffle House. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just saying, work on that silverware. Well, I don't know how you do it.
I'm assuming it's like, if a large part of your clientele are late night drunks, it's like you don't have to worry about cleanliness. Looking at you, Taco Bell.
Hey, now we're gonna leave Young Brands out of this as somebody who wants a sponsorship from Mountain Dew.
Again, I can't say that because Taco Bell is one of the ones they do update their look and their dining room.
All the time,
yeah.
Oh my God! I know it's for tax purposes, but still, it's nice.
I had a flashback. Someone online had like a picture. They're like, at Taco Bell's.
The old school Taco Bell from like
the
Demolition
90s,
Man
from the 90s. And then it was
I
like
love
today.
the brown. Listen, there's never going to beat the run for the border Taco Bell with the brown, with the beige plastic booths where you slide off. Nothing's going to beat that. Just like nothing's ever going to beat Red Cup era Pizza Hut. I'm sorry.
The Taco Bell dog.
Either you were there or you weren't.
Oh my God! With the built-in arcade games at on the table.
Yeah, kids
again,
don't know.
Again, Salty and Petty. We're gonna do an episode on Book It.
Absolutely, bro. American Girl just did a doll. If you know American Girl, it's about historical, dolls living through historical times where they have Book It and Pizza Hut. I felt so attacked and offended when I saw that. I was like, oh, we're really going into the late 1900s joke. Are we, American Girl?
And again, for our foreign friends, yes, Book It was a program where through like the school and Pizza Hut, you read a certain amount of books, you got a star for each book, and then when you got enough stars, you got some damn pizza.
You got what was it?
Was it like a personal pan pizza?
Yeah, personal pan pizza. Or if you were lucky, if you read enough books. But didn't they have like the foot long pizza thingy?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, I remember when I was in like second grade, the first one that I ever like really did and completed. It was like that weird long one.
But again, it's like Pizza Hut in the 80s and like into the 90s. It's like, yeah, I mean, the greasy pizza. Again, you had arcade games.
Pizza Hut was a staple. Like, I'm surprised that like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Pizza Hut didn't actually collab. I feel like that was such a wasted opportunity.
They didn't?
Did they?
I don't know.
I might have missed it, but like I feel
like when those movies were out, I'm like,
Pizza Hut?
I can't remember, but it's like
I feel like that was like I feel like it's a missed
unless like
opportunity.
Domino's or somebody got them or something.
Oh God,
I don't know.
I mean, not that I don't like Domino's, but Pizza Hut, like I said, it's a very nostalgic thing for kids of the 80s and the 90s. It just really is. Books and pizza, man. Bring it back. Apparently, we really need it. Have you met some of these kids?
I mean, you know what? I think the whole world needs to read more, children and adults. It's like,
oh yeah,
that would solve a lot of our problems.
I mean, even if it's just listening to a book on tape, just
something to make you think,
Yeah, like this movie.
Oh, and like we were talking about
it
this.
Got me back into reading Daredevil for sure. Like I fell off for a while and I got back and so I was like, oh yeah.
Then you jump in and it's like, hey, look, it's Bendis.
Yeah.
You think you're running all those fights on your own? Miller, Mac, Bendis?
And at that point, I went back and found the backbends of Daredevil. No joke. I was like, oh, this is what they're doing. What did they do before this? Oh. What did they do before that? Oh. Okay, perfect. Ooh, Daredevil had a rough time back in like the 2000s for sure.
Yeah. But no, well, that's the other thing. We're talking about like the soundtrack and stuff. It's like I saw an ad in the comic books at the time, like they were going to do a video game, and then that fell through. What happened there?
Oh,
because they had the ads in the comics, and it's like I was like,
could have sworn didn't it come out on Game Boy?
I don't think it.
Game Boy Advanced?
I don't think.
I didn't know it didn't ever come out.
Let me see. I don't think, because I've never seen that damn thing anywhere. Let me see. Oh wait. Oh no, it was. It was released on the Game Boy Advance in 2003. All right.
Also, I don't know if you know this, but they also had a Super Bowl ad.
What, for the movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I don't remember that.
Yep. Also, I couldn't get away from the freaking advertising for this movie because literally, I think what was it, Mac Kraft cheese or whatever, that macaroni cheese thing. They had like an alliance with them. They were everywhere in the freaking grocery store. It was like worse than when the first Justice League movie was coming out. I don't know if you guys remember how many tie-ins that damn movie had, but you literally couldn't go anywhere in the grocery store without seeing Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, and freaking Henry Cavill's face. They were all over the products, like everything. Applesauce, macaroni and cheese, soup. It was sick. Pop-Tarts. It was stupid.
Wait a minute. We're going to get a 2023 Daredevil game for PS5?
Boo! I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Action adventure detective thriller noir video game
Is
developed
that
by
going to tie into the
Insomniac.
TV show?
I don't know. Insomniac. It looks like it might be. I don't know if it's in the continuity of the Spider-Man game, maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting. But yeah, if it's a PS5 exclusive,
Well, Sony.
because nobody has a PS5. I don't know how to tell them, but like, bro, nobody has a PS5. It's still super hard to come by. Like, a lot of people are just waiting on the PS6 at this point. Well, it's supposed to come out in 2026, so.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly, but you know how video game consoles go,
Well,
especially
yeah.
if we get short on tech parts again and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I was gonna say I could have sworn I played it on the Game Boy Advance. I was like, Mandela effect.
Oh no, there was. Wait, hold on. In the ninth. Wait, the Turtles, the Ninja Turtles. This 1990 nationwide live show in which the Turtles were reimagined as a hair band without actual hair to promote an album of cheesy synth rock is famously insane. With Shredder even rapping about how much he hates music. Pizza Hut sponsored the whole marketing campaign, reportedly to the tune of $20 million.
I must have blocked that out because it must have been that bad that I blocked it out.
Over 2 million cassette tapes of the show's soundtrack were sold that year with the purchase of a personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut.
Anybody have those tapes? I'll buy them off you.
Oh my! The official Turtles tour video made no attempt to hide that Pizza Hut was the real captain behind the wheel.
Good old Pizza Hut.
So again, I thought I was going to say I couldn't remember what, but I swore I was like they had something. I couldn't remember if it was the cartoon or the movie.
Now I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole. Like next
Turtle!
time you guys hear from me, guys, I got all the cassettes. We're gonna listen to them. That's gonna be some petty episode. A Patreon, obviously, because we don't want to get copywritten.
Oh yeah. Yes.
So that'll be a Patreon episode once I collect all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cassettes. We'll have a listening party. So I don't know. Like I said, I liked Jennifer in the movie in Daredevil as Elektra, but I don't think that the movie that they wrote for her was very good. Unfortunately.
No, because like I remember we did that on the worst superhero movie brackets. I think that was the one me and Kristen did on our own.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Elektra movie, I don't know what it. Yeah, was it just bad writing? It almost seemed like a
Well,
made.
they had the kid, and it's like I want to get to know Elektra. I don't really care about this kid. Like I had no skin in the game with that kid.
It almost seemed like a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, it was very much giving Lifetime. You are absolutely right.
I was just like, I'm sure this had. I mean, I probably wasn't the highest, but I'm like, this is a movie studio budget, right? I'm like, why does this seem like it's something I'd see on TV?
Yeah, like they have to. I think, especially back then, a lot of like female characters, they're like, oh, women are probably only gonna go see this. We don't have to really put that much thought into it.
We gotta have a kid in there, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, no, babes. Girls like action too, especially if it's a female character. You give her, and this is how come Jennifer Garner's early career thrived. She did a lot of action roles. Even like as recent as like a couple of years ago, she did that Netflix movie like Salt or whatever, where she was still doing her own scenes in it. That got rated very highly. So it's like, don't. Studio execs are still like very sexist, very racist.
Oh yeah.
No matter, and I think that's just what it came down to.
And she's a broad. She has to have a love interest.
And Frank Miller never did that, or Kevin Smith never did that. Never did any of the female characters for Daredevil any justice. So, and if that's all the writer really knows at a cursory glance, I think that's probably what ended up happening.
Yeah.
Whereas if they did an Elektra movie now, we have so much more to go off of.
Oh, I wonder if will we get Elektra in the new series? And
I think they're going to try to spin her off for sure.
I was going to say, if not a movie, maybe another Disney Plus series or something.
I feel like that's in the works for sure.
Oh yeah, especially
We might even get a new Punisher from the Elektra crossover. I don't know. Little Bird's been chirping, so I don't know.
A new Punisher? They're not going to bring back Barenthal?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what their policy is at this point. Kevin Feige can go either way with him.
Yeah. Okay, I thought Barenthal was good in that role, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody's gonna argue that. I think that the Punisher movie was the best out of all the Netflix shows.
Oh yeah. I
Even though I
mean,
like Defenders, but like I liked it as like a comedy, and I don't think it was supposed to be a comedy.
well, again, it's like I don't. Well, we'll throw Iron
Like
Fist
this
in the mix.
movie, I don't think it was supposed to be a comedy, but I found this movie hilarious.
Alligators in the sewers.
It's like, did you mean turtles?
Turtles.
You know, that would have been kind of funny, I think.
What did you think of them mix? I mean, again, I know that we always switch stuff up for the movies from the comics, but what did you think about Elektra's father being like partners with the Kingpin instead of like a diplomat?
Yeah, I mean,
It's like yeah, I feel bad for Elektra that her father got killed, but it's like if he
you're
was in
dealing with
a
the Kingpin, yeah.
if you were buddies with the Kingpin, you were probably doing some
Yeah, you
shady.
deserve to get it. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we never find out specifically what he was up to, but it's like, yeah, you were probably up to some shady crap if you're in bed with the Kingpin.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, sorry, sweets, but
Because the only reason he wanted out was like, oh, hey, you know, they're starting to actually mention the Kingpin in the news. Yeah, I'm out.
But here's the crazy thing: if he was a diplomat and still working with the Kingpin, he would have had diplomatic immunity and better ties. So like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would have been even better, facilitated the story even better. But
or they could
this is what happens when fans don't,
Yeah.
necessarily write the screenplays.
Or they could have had like they could have made it a thing where it's like he was like a foreign businessman or something, like an honest guy.
Importer, exporter.
Yes, he could have been Art Vandelay. Yeah, and it's just like, you know, the Kingpin could have been like, let's do business, and the guy's like, no, you're too shady. I can't do business with you. And that's when the Kingpin has Bullseye kill him.
Yeah.
Because then that would ramp up that, you know, not only did Elektra lose a father, but the world lost like the only like honest businessman, you know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways they could have gone with that. That he didn't necessarily have to have that whole relationship with the Kingpin.
I just felt that was they were taking
But
the easy
I
way.
feel like they said, I feel like on one of the DVD commentaries or maybe like some bonus content, like originally that Kingpin role was even smaller, but they loved Michael Clark Duncan so much they kind of like wrote additional scenes for him.
Oh yeah, because I mean, don't
so
get
like I think that might have been probably maybe that was originally the plan, and they're like, you know what, no.
Oh yeah, because I mean, again, Michael Clark Duncan, great actor, but also had the physicality to pull that role off. So it's like, yeah, why don't you use him more?
And you know, like honestly, I was so bummed like when he passed away because I was like, oh my god, you know, because if you were a kid of the '90s, you know that Kingpin in the Spider-Man cartoon was actually the villain for whatever reason they decided on that. So I felt like the movies might follow suit with that, but then like of course he passed away. So
yeah.
I thought that would have been amazing, like him just grabbing Tobey Maguire and shaking him by the collarbone.
I mean, if we do like any kind of Spider-Man Daredevil crossover in live action at this point, it's like we need a like Vincent
D'Onofrio, obviously love him, but like Michael Clark Duncan, like when I think of like,
I'm
like, oh yeah. Like I don't know, like I just wasn't as jaded. Like in high school, I don't think I was as jaded about comic book films. Like we had the X-Men trilogy, we had Spider-Man coming out.
Oh yeah, we were starting to come into a golden age again after.
1 and 2 had already come out at that
point.
Yeah,
we were starting to rev back up after that debacle.
It was the Ghost Rider movie that was like, and then Hulk is what really kind of put the nail in anything that wasn't MCU not really being that great.
I love how it's like Ghost Rider, the first one, everyone's like, then they do a second one.
It's like you like, took the best person out of it.
They're like, let's get rid of everything but Nicolas Cage. It's like really?
No, sweetie, you did that the wrong way around. As much as, and y'all know I'm a Nicolas Cage apologist. I love me some Nick Cage.
Again, it's like at least the first one you can watch with the sound off for Eva Mendes. It's like, come on.
Exactly. Did you know she's married to Ryan Gosling?
No, I don't.
They've been in like a quote unquote secret marriage for like 7 years or something crazy.
Really?
Like yeah.
Yeah, because didn't she take a break from the business or something? Or
yeah, I think because they had kids or something.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed. I hope she has like a secret cameo in the Barbie movie because Ryan Gosling is like the main like.
Oh yeah.
So I think that would be cool if she was like one of the like Latina Barbies, just like in the background. There's like supposed to be a whole bunch of different kind of Barbies. So fingers crossed for that. Shout out to Eva Mendes. She got done so dirty in the 2000s.
But again, in this movie, I mean, they were planning a sequel, right? So
yeah, they were.
Did we have like already locked up the Kingpin by the end of the first movie, or No,
He broke up the Kingpin. Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, I like Justice was
But
served.
he would have broke out. I mean, there is a
Oh,
storyline
yeah.
where he breaks out.
I'm sure if
Or
we
he
had a
get,
2.
or Matt has to defend him or something weird.
Oh
like
yeah, I'm
that.
sure in a 2 he would get out somehow. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, really, he's getting arrested already? And
I
again,
mean, but you needed to be a little bit victorious, I think, because
Yeah.
he did feel a little incompetent during the whole movie.
well, and again, once again, too, it's just like we once again go with the movie trope. Oh, hey, the main villain killed my father or my parents. You know, just
I
like
mean,
Jack
but
Nicholson
that
Joker.
is actually, it's not like it's Jeff Johns going back. I mean, that is actually his origin from original, you know.
What, the Kingpin killing his father?
Not the Kingpin killing his father, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean, criminals did, but it's just like, but it wasn't Wilson Fisk. It's just,
Yeah.
Oh, and I was gonna say,
He's got. Listen, that's the thing though. I feel like that kind of makes sense. The Kingpin has his fingers in every pie.
Hell. But again,
I mean, look at him. Of course, he's got his finger in every pie.
And but when the guy gets run over by the train, I mean, isn't that a call out back to like when Matt was chasing down the guys who like killed his father? Didn't one of them get run over by the train or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see turtles. That's all.
Turtles. Oh, but the bar scene, another good fight scene.
So good. I was like, it was giving me what it was a couple stories, but like mostly it happened in like the Anno Cinti runs where he goes into a bar starting trouble because he's on that mushroom trip in upstate New York, that whole thing. Like I'm like, yes, Daredevil little bar fight, yes, that's exactly what I
when he's hunting down Casada.
Carne asada. Give up the meats.
Hopefully justice is found here before justice finds you.
It's corny, but it's good. I think it's really good fun. And as much as I enjoyed the Netflix series, like I only got to like the first season.
Really?
Yeah. I never really watched the rest of it. And then I watched like the finale episode,
Yeah, I mean, there's so much good stuff with like season 2 with Barenthal and stuff, and
yeah, I haven't been meaning to get back around to it. It's just I haven't felt motivated. Plus, because they announced the new show, it's just like
I might start to do another watch through because after I watched the movie, that's how good the movie is. Like, I know a comic or movie is good when I want to go read or watch more stuff. So I started rewatching. I watched like the first 2 episodes of the Daredevil, the series. Oh, that hallway fight scene.
Arrow did it better, but whatever.
You know what?
Lesser budget.
I don't
listen.
I
Not
don't
to be that person. Y'all know I dog Arrow out enough, but
I don't know if it's legend or myth, but supposedly they got that hallway fight scene was like one take.
yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
I don't believe it because you're not M. Night Shyamalan. If you don't know, listen, and I'm an M. Night Shyamalan apologist as well. He is like the king of one takes.
Again, it might have been a happy accident. It might have just been like, oh, that's perfect. Let's all mess with it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because again, Charlie Cox, good Daredevil.
I'm too young for my liking, but whatever.
Okay, I'm in shock. I never thought I'd hear that come out of Lilith Hellfire's mouth.
I mean, for a Daredevil role, for me personally, for personal taste, like I wasn't a fan of like the stuff that he had done before. He's okay.
Oh
like,
yeah.
A little scrawny.
I mean, the only other thing I saw him in was Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of other things that I haven't seen him in. Steve Buscemi is! No. Listen, that's the best thing that ever happened to Steve Buscemi.
But I love they in this movie they get that essence of Matt Murdock because it's
they do. Listen, this is a good movie.
Elektra walks in the coffee house. It's he doesn't even. It's just like I smell woman.
Exactly. Exactly how I picture it.
That's like this. That's like Foggy in this movie or in the series. It's like, how do you know?
Perfume, man, perfume.
Oh yeah, perfume, quote unquote.
Pheromones, fine, fair enough.
Oh, that's like
We'll
I
keep
said.
it classy.
That's like I said. I watched the first 2 episodes of the series after the movie, and I just love what when they're looking at their for the office and the real estate agents like this attractive blonde, and he's like, "Oh, can you show me around? Can you show me around?" Using the whole blind, using the whole blind thing, aka chicks
Yeah.
won't feel pity for me and want to.
Chicks won't feel pity for me and bone me. Chicks won't feel pity for me and bang me. Yeah, I just think it's a solid movie, but it like I feel like it could have benefited from a more seasoned director. That's my own thing. I think that's what would have fixed the bullseye issue, honestly.
Yeah. And
Because
again,
I feel like the studio execs ran kind of all over this director a little bit. Because like it's that classic Avi Arad syndrome of doing too much too soon. Every single movie has his fingers in. Like Spider-Man, especially the last movie, is a perfect example. I think
it would have benefited this movie more if like it would have come out a few years later, especially when we're in the MCU era, where they'd be like, no, save this for a second movie, do this, tighten this, whatever. But or maybe giving it a little long extra runtime because this wasn't even 2 hours. I mean, maybe the director's cut is, but like the theatrical wasn't even 2 hours.
Yeah, and again, because it was that superhero thing. I don't think any of the X-Men movies are 2 hours, are they?
I don't know.
I think maybe Last Stand might be.
Oh yeah, maybe.
But like a lot of those like earlier like non-MCU Marvel movies are very short. Like I think Blade might be longer. It might be probably some of the longer ones because they're super good and they have a lot of fight scenes and stuff.
Yeah. I was gonna say, they could have given us like a full 2 hours. I mean, you could have done more with Michael Clark Duncan.
I feel like they should have forged his and Foggy's relationship a little bit better.
That you could have did that.
I also feel like while I love Jon Favreau and Ben Affleck, I do feel like they were slightly a little too old for the roles.
Yeah, kind of.
Like where we are at the start of the story, I don't know. I feel like this is like they should be like, I don't know, like late 20s, not like.
Yeah, because it seems like they probably haven't been practicing law for too long. Yeah, they did look kind of older. Yeah.
Yeah, a little longer than two. Not that I don't love it, but yeah, it's just kind of like when you start thinking about it logically.
But again, I mean, we're coming out of the 90s, the era where, we had grown adults playing teenagers.
Man, I can't get over how old Ian Zinger was in 90210. Like, it blew my mind. Like, everybody talks about the girl that played Andrea, but, like, him?
Yeah.
Shout out to IZ. I'm just saying, it's just really curious.
Yeah. I was gonna say we could have done more with Elektra, although if they knew that her movie was coming, they probably might.
No, I think that's what like they already did. Like they kind of had a plan. They wanted to make like another Daredevil movie, but like right after, but they decided to do Elektra, and that's what kind of like killed the franchise. So
yeah. At least the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
They wanted a woman-led movie for better or for worse, and I think that was just a little too ahead of its time.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I mean, at least come up with a better story.
Or again, maybe wait till like the end of the second.
Like the hand is a little too intricate for like a origin movie. You know what I mean?
Exactly, and I was like
they were too deep into the mysticism of it all. I feel like lost a lot of people. I fall asleep on it, much like Kristen. I fall asleep to this movie.
Oh, I told you that when we did the superhero movie brackets, that's the first time I've gotten through that movie without falling asleep, and I don't fall asleep during movies. So.
Yeah, I mean, I fell asleep during the original Doctor Strange movie. I fell asleep during the Ed Norton Hulk the first time I ever watched it. Yeah.
But it's like yeah, the hand is too intricate, but you kind of have to do the hand because otherwise, how do you bring her back to life and all this? Yeah, and again,
that's like it's just like leave it alone.
And then it's like
save that for the Daredevil movie end credit scene, something.
And then we're just like throwing characters in the hand, like Typhoid Mary. I'm like, wait, what?
Dude, I was shook. I was like, are you serious?
Are you high?
Yeah, I think they were. Everybody loves cocaine. That's what that movie feels like. I'm just saying.
Everyone loves cocaine.
And I just think of all the people that they could have had play Elektra. Like Katie Holmes was in the running. I'm just like, oh, I'm glad we didn't go there.
I mean, how tall is she tall? She strikes me as like small in stature to me.
I feel like she's 5'8".
Oh, is he? Okay.
She is only, and I'm gonna use bunny ears, slightly taller than Tom Cruise.
And I know this is 2003, and again, Jennifer Garner was great and did a good job. But it's like, did we ever
I just
consider?
think about all the people that like they could have got Kate Winslet and nobody, maybe Natalie Portman. But
Yeah,
like,
but again, we even mentioned in the movie she's supposed to be Greek. Do we consider anyone who wasn't a white woman?
yeah, that's a little rude, but it's to the 2000s.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter
2003.
anymore.
I know.
It doesn't matter at this time. But like, I can't even think of a Greek actress, really, honestly, that's like that would be in that age range.
Again, it doesn't. She doesn't have to be Greek, but just someone who looks
A little more swarthy.
a little exotic. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple, but like, I just don't think they would have fell in the time. Like, it's not about that. It's about name brand recognition in these movies. I mean, think about that's why X-Men is an ensemble cast. I mean, they got Patrick Stewart as freaking Professor X. I mean, if they I mean, come on. They got Halle Berry as Storm. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of Angela Bassett. Big mistake. Like, I love Halle. Don't get me wrong. I don't want her to ever stop getting her money, but like, it was just a bad choice when Angela Bassett's right there.
I told you, early 2000s, man. If it was a,
I mean, she literally looks younger today than she did then. You're killing me, Smalls.
I know, but if for some reason, early 2000s, if it was a black female superhero,
it was
Halle Berry, you're the first one up. Let's go.
Yeah. What's that movie with John Travolta and it's a swordfish where she shows her boobs.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Around that time, because she was getting that divorce, going through all that, and that's like revving up for Catwoman.
Yeah, and Hugh Jackman was in that too.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, it's kind of like when you watch The Prestige, because it's the movie Nolan made in between the Batman movies. So you literally have like Alfred, freaking Wolverine, and Batman in a movie together, and then you also got Black Widow there for no reason.
Remember the days when you're like you weren't confident in the strength of your movie, so you're like, let's throw some breasts in it.
I mean, nothing. I mean, now we don't even get sex scenes. I mean, if the actors aren't comfortable, I get it, but like, I'm tired of the. I mean, God, I just give me some. See, this is what I mean about HBO Max, though. They are not afraid to show butt cheeks, male butt cheeks. That is their calling card. Whereas earlier with Game of Thrones. Used to be the naked ladies. I mean, fair game.
Oh yeah, no. I'm gonna say, no. If you're showing naked women, give the women some, the straight women something too. For these
exactly.
Guys. Yeah. Yes, naked male butt cheeks. Give a little something to sink her teeth into.
Consensually. Oh, but no, I don't know. This is like, it's not. I wouldn't even say this is a guilty pleasure. Like, I do watch this movie occasionally. Like, I remember it used to be on like FX a lot. And almost every time that it was on, like with the two co-hosts who used to like do the behind the scene movies ones. Like, you remember that?
FX? Yes.
Rest in peace. It got taken over by Disney and is now like on Hulu. However weird that structure.
Oh
is.
Yeah.
It used to be on all the time.
FX today on FX. They're playing Iron Man 1, 2, and 3.
They've turned into MTV, and that's their ridiculousness.
Oh yeah. Not even just FX, but a bunch of these channels. You could tell when a Marvel movie premiere weekend, because that's all they're playing is Marvel movies.
I mean, you gotta get your views in somehow.
Well, I mean, when you see a movie make like, especially when an Endgame makes like $1 billion, like, I guess people like Marvel stuff. Let's play some Marvel movies.
Yeah. I don't know, like I said, I get so nostalgic for like this time, like this, the X-Men trilogy, the original X-Men trilogy, Blade trilogy, like it was a time to be alive. Like, you were actually really thankful and happy that, like, I mean, I knew who these characters were.
Oh yeah, I mean, remember the 90s, we were lucky if we got a superhero movie every 2 to 3 years, if that.
Yeah.
And it was usually
they weren't
Batman.
Really that good.
And it was usually just like Batman or something.
Like, the superhero movie for my birth year is Supergirl. No, it's not. She came out in 84. Never mind. What was that movie?
86?
I don't think I had one. I think that was the closest one.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. Yeah. I was going to say, I'm 78, so I'm the first Christopher Reeve Superman. Yeah.
You're lucky. Doesn't really hold up anymore visually, but the story, I like it. It gives me, it warms the heart.
And again, I don't know, they must have replayed it somewhere, but like one of my very first memories ever is just like watching Christopher Reeve Superman at the drive-in.
Oh, see, yeah, back in the day, drive-ins would just get whatever movie.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But that's like one of my very first memories. Is just
That's very cool.
Christopher Reeve Superman. You would think I would be one of the people doing a Superman podcast, but
I don't. The destruction of the character of Superman. It needs to be studied. It needs to be studied how DC cannot get $1 billion with the world's most popular superheroes.
Again, you had two movies with Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman in it, and you couldn't make $1 billion with either.
I don't even think they made $750 million. I think it was only $500 million. And then it was so strong. Like they did so much. Like I said, you literally couldn't go anywhere in the supermarket back in like 2017 without seeing the Trinity on something.
Exactly.
It annoyed the hell out of me, honestly, because I knew that movie was gonna be garbage. I knew it. I was like, why are we giving the guy that did Sucker Punch superhero movies? Didn't he do Watchmen? Why are we doing this?
Some people love that movie. I don't know.
Yeah, they're called bots.
But
BOTS, bots.
But anymore, like a DC movie gets announced, and I'm just like, oh god, I get a sense of dread, and I'm just like, people are gonna.
Like I said, Ant-Man is on his third damn movie, and we're rebooting for the fourth damn time.
Hey man, Disney knows what it's doing somehow. I mean, again, they haven't been able to make $1 billion with a Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman movie, but Ant-Man's on his third movie.
Somebody sold their soul, and it's fine. I think it's Kevin Feige.
Well, no, it's Charlie Esser did that damn Idol.
I don't know, but like, yeah, they just don't make them like this anymore. Like, is it rushed and a little overstuffed? Hell, sure.
But again,
it's kind of charming in its own way.
It's 2003.
It wasn't afraid to like lean into the cheesiness, and I think that like Marvel is cheesy, but not intentionally cheesy. Yeah. I don't think they ever intentionally mean to be cheesy. Oh. So for me, it always feels very cheesy.
And again, it's
ingenuous.
It's 2003. It's at this point, superhero movies. They're like, okay, we'll put it out. You know, it's not Spider-Man, so we'll put it out. Maybe we'll get a couple good weekends out of it or something.
Yeah, they put it in February. Like that's like the Deadpool method right there. And it did do pretty decently at the box office, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Let me see.
And
I
mean,
made 179.2 from a budget of 78 million. So, you know, it's like over 101 million back in profit.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's not bad considering Daredevil wasn't like a household word like Spider-Man or X-Men.
But they put their faith in Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck was on fire at that time. Like between like him doing like all those like Kevin Smith movies and a couple of those independent movies and riding Matt Damon's coattail off that Oscar. Well, I said what I said.
Burn. But yeah, no, I mean Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't as excited for Jennifer Garner, I'm not gonna lie. Like Alias really wasn't my cup of tea.
But she was a name.
She wasn't. A TV name though.
Yeah.
She was a TV name.
But
and
sometimes,
like, at that point, you know, sometimes you have to like I said, I couldn't think of any actress like in Hollywood at the time that would have really fit the Electra bill.
Yeah. But again, sometimes it doesn't matter if it's a TV name as long as the public knows the name.
True, but like we're still in 2003 where they're a little snooty, so it was very surprising. Very surprising. that they chose her.
And again, February, I don't know why they picked it, but I'm trying to remember if they had did they market that correctly, or like, hey, it's a love story kind of sort of.
No, I don't even think the marketing was about that. It was just kind of like that. It's kind of like how they dropped the horror movies that they know aren't going to do well in January. Mm-hmm. It's like that January-February slide where they're like, we'll just put it here and see how it does.
All right, I'll take it.
Definitely wasn't a summer movie. I was shocked when I was like, oh yeah, it was definitely not a summer movie.
Hey kids, look, it's Red Batman.
Batman, my favorite character.
I mean, some of the aesthetics on this movie,
yeah, so they were going for
on the rooftops, baby. But like he does that in the comics anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, not a lot, but enough. He prefers to, you know, tap his way downtown.
Well,
which they did a lot of in this movie. I liked it. I think that the city could have used a little more character development. Honestly, I think like when they did like the subway, like you know that whole scene and stuff. I think we just need a little more walking around. Like give it a little DG Chichester, you know, personality.
Where the hell was Turk? Where the hell was Turk?
Hey, nice color cane. I wouldn't know.
Oh,
Yeah, it is a little too flashy. Not gonna lie.
that's who needs to write some episodes of that show.
If you're not DG Chichester, you can't write ninjas.
Listen, we can try to manifest that as a group. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I mean, we should do like at least weekly posts. Be like, hey, Disney, get this man a writing credit.
Especially allegedly if they're doing like Born Again, like we think they might be.
Especially if it's grounded and gritty. I mean, that was his run, you know.
Yeah, like between like him and Ann Nocenti, yeah, I'd love to see them do an episode or two.
And you know he's not going to be the drama queen like a Frank Miller would be.
Listen, word on the curb is that Frank Miller absolutely will not do business with them again. Or maybe it's the other way around. He won't do business with DC anymore either. So.
Well, I was going to say
that's why he opened his own thing. Like, I heard that they
with
really
their
actually
money.
did him kind of shady on the rights of some things, and it's a whole thing.
I could see that, and it's in like didn't Chichester say so? Wasn't there kind of like an unspoken deal, like they weren't going to bring Elektra back?
Yeah. But I don't think that has anything to do with that. I think it's more of the business and they kind of screwed him.
I'm just saying there might be a list of things. He's like, yeah, they screwed me here. They screwed me here.
But it's comics, you know? Of course dead characters come back. The only person that hasn't come back is freaking Uncle Ben. Like, honestly, is it like, it's the only person.
I could say
and Batman's parents, but technically they did in Flashpoint. So, you know, whatever.
I was gonna say they kind of technically did Uncle Ben. Peter David did like an alternate universe one, so it's like pretty much everyone's come back in some way, shape,
but
or
not
form.
like mainstream.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no, I really do adore this film. This is like the perfect movie to put in a time capsule for like the year 2003. Like the soundtrack, the movie, just like I think it really does encapsulate 2003.
Oh yeah.
Even like the actors, like I said, like Ben Affleck was huge. He's never like as an actor, I don't think he was like bigger between like 2003 and like 2008, and then like he went on to go like start to be a director and stuff, and that's kind of like what he's known for now. But yeah.
I think I'm remembering correctly. I did enjoy this movie for the most part so much I went to see it twice in the theater, I believe.
Oh, even back then I was torrenting. So I saw it once in the theaters because somebody else paid for it, and then I went to find it on the internet. And then I actually did go on to buy both the DVDs and both the Blu-rays. So.
Yes. Even back then, she had himbos taking her to the movies. Again, remember 2003, someone grabbed some elbow.
Can't remember which person grabbed which elbow, but you know.
Whoa! oh my! Did you have two men? Did you have one hand? Do you have one man on each elbow?
No. Sadly, high school Lilith was not in the thruples.
Oh my! So I was gonna say, remember, kid, she was a cheerleader. That still blows my mind.
What? I'm a cheerful person, Philip.
Leading others in cheerfulness, though.
Yeah. I did it for college credit. Bro.
Oh, okay.
It looked good
there's my girl. There
like
you
anybody who actually wants to participate in a freaking varsity sport, there's no chance they're gonna get a sports scholarship. It looked good on the college application.
She had an ulterior motive. There's my girl.
Yeah, always. But no, I'm gonna give this movie a solid B+, even for today's standards. I would rather watch this than watch Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah.
Or any Thor movie, to be honest.
I'd rather watch any
Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I'd rather watch any MCU movie, including Captain Marvel, over Thor: The Dark World.
Ooh. I would rather watch Captain Marvel again than watch Thor: The Dark World.
That's what I said. I'd rather watch Captain Marvel than Thor: The Dark World. Yeah.
No, I don't know. It's a toss-up.
Oh. I mean, at least with Captain Marvel, you have the 90s nostalgia, though.
Yeah, but they do Daddy Jude Law wrong, man. Like, that is bullpocky.
Yeah, but you got D.H. Sam Jackson, though, in Captain Marvel.
That man has aged like fine wine his whole life. We did not need to DH him.
I know, but there's so much footage of him. It's probably easy enough to do.
Of course it is, but it's like you didn't really need to do that.
Well, I can think they just wanted to make him look different. And I'd be like, oh, look, he still looks the same 30 years later.
Because he's a Skrull. It's fine.
Oh my.
What about you? What grade would you give it?
Yeah, I think you're probably right around the B plus B range. Yeah, again, still
Maybe
20 years
a
later.
gentleman's A minus. I don't know if I'm feeling Charlie Ussher.
No, I think the B plus is pretty
It's
much
like there's no gentleman about Daredevil, babes.
exactly. He's a dirty whore. Anyway, yes, no, but I think B plus is probably the way to go because it's like 20 years later, it's still a solid movie that holds up. Again, the only weak point is like Bullseye.
Yeah.
And again, they could have tightened that up with like not as much cheesy dialogue and stuff.
That's what I mean, though. Like, is it intentional or is it not? Because, like I said, I don't think this movie's meant to be a comedy, but I laugh a lot during this movie.
Yeah, but is it like a superhero movie where they just like, oh yeah, we need like a Joker type character or something, or
I don't think they were thinking that.
not Joker, but just like
Menace.
he's insane. Yeah.
I mean, they're like, yeah, it's like not like they had the goblins to.
Where it's just like, hey, Kingpin is so controlled, and it's just like, oh, we need something different.
Loose cannon, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he is in the rogues gallery, so fair enough. It could have been worse. Like I said, I'll never understand. But like, I was so confused as a kid in the 90s. I'm like, why is Kingpin Spider-Man's enemy? Like, this doesn't make sense. Is Daredevil coming in soon, or like, what's going on here?
He showed up in Spider-Man first.
Eventually,
yeah.
But yeah, like that 90s show, just oof. Now that when I'm like trying to rewatch it, I'm just like, this doesn't make any damn sense.
You know what? I've been ruined for that show because there's every so often I'll be like, should I go? Because I used to enjoy it. I mean, I'm like, should I go back and watch this again? And I'm just like, but then I remember it's like
Secret Wars.
Well, no. Once you can hear the one bullet, it changes it forever because it's just like, yeah, go in, kids. Spider-Man never throws a punch at anybody.
Yeah, that blew my mind when you told me. Then I like started like I did. I was like, oh my god, I think.
Yeah, it's all webbing. It's all webbed to the face.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
What? Practice what you preach, Lilith Hellfire. Come on.
Consensually, I don't consent to it.
That taste is still in my mouth.
Oh, we couldn't get away. We almost got away with it, kids.
Phil's secretly, he's very happy.
Not in the face.
What?
He's like, he's happy he got to use that drop. Say, I haven't been on this page in a while. Swipe.
All right.
That's what I said about a young Ben Affleck. Not gonna lie.
Oh my.
He used to be able to get it, but he is very problematic.
Well, yeah. All right, I know we're going long, but it is the 50th episode. But yes, we have had a Daredevil issue since we talked last, kids. So.
Finally, jeez, it seems like forever.
Well, it's like sometimes I don't know if it's just scheduling or what, but sometimes like and not just Daredevil, like a lot of the big two. It's like 1 month they'll put it out early in the month, and then the next month it'll come out late in the month, so it's like over a month since, but it's still like one this month, but you might get 5 or 6 weeks in between.
Yeah. Don't worry, kids. Weekly content coming as soon as that Marvel show comes out.
Yeah, weekly, yes.
I told you that. I've said that.
I know.
I'm down for it. I haven't really watched a TV show live in a really long time. So.
Yes.
Season 5.
Speaking of live TV shows, kids, scroll down to Capes and Lunatics episode 290, where myself and Rob Southgate talked to Todd Stashwick of Star Trek Picard season 3.
Did you mention that he'd already been in Star Trek? I think it was Enterprise.
No, I don't think he even mentioned that, but
yeah, it was just like a one-off, but he was.
Yeah. And I think we have the most original interview because Rob Southgate
and Todd know each other. Yeah.
Yes, because we got a lot of nostalgia and looking back, and so we probably got information from him no other interviewer has gotten because he has been doing a ton of interviews. You know what is funny? I didn't know if Rob was going to show up to the last second, so I didn't even tell Todd or his people Rob was going to be there. He pops on the screen before we even start recording. He's like, oh, Rob!
That's so cute.
And he's like, oh, you didn't tell him I was going to be here? I'm like, no, I wanted him to show up.
That's hilarious.
Oh, it's funny. Listen to that episode, kids, because the minute Todd pops off, I was like, oh, now that the talent's gone, Rob, do you want to do your plug?
That's funny.
But yeah, they were reminiscing about high school and stuff. And I think it's pretty.
Rob's like the Kevin Bacon of.
I know, in our world, it's like 6 Degrees of Rob Southgate because he's always dropping names.
Oh, bro, that's what we're gonna do for next
Ah. Next third best. Oh my god.
Let's see if we can get 6 Degrees of Rob Southgate. Let's pick some actors. I'll send you the list.
Yes. He's drops enough names. Oh, you know,
Sweet love to the timeline.
that too. Anyway. But no, it's like there's a few easy ones like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Well, he was in a movie.
So I was gonna say then that puts him within two of Jamie Lee Curtis. They did True Lies together. So
hell, wasn't Sinbad in that movie?
Shh, we don't talk about Sinbad. You know I have that Mandela effect.
Oh my God, he's in a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's a couple steps away from Tom Arnold.
Oh well, everybody's at least one step away from Tom Arnold.
At least in the Midwest. Hell. All right.
Exactly.
Daredevil number 8.
Ugh, only on 8? God.
I know. Well, again, once a month, but
like it feels like it should be on like 20 by now. No tea, no shade. You know.
Well, again, it's still Chip. Remember, we got the first, and then they rebooted, and it's still Chip.
Yeah.
That's why it seems like it's 20 because it probably has been 20 or more, but with the same creative team, but they just renumbered.
I'm just gonna say that at least there was a lot of like action in this one.
Yeah, because we actually.
I feel like we haven't had action in at least 3 issues. I'm not gonna hold you.
I know. Again, it's a lot of setup, but yeah, we finally get like that.
The hand, baby, and the Punisher's riding a dragon. Like, what the hell is going on around here?
Riding the dragon. Oh yes, if you read in the Punisher's book, yeah, the hand's trying to turn him. Yeah.
So that was like a pleasant but like awkward surprise. I'm like, somebody's been watching Game of Thrones prequel.
And again, unless it's head games by the hand, they're all going with the whole, oh, you were always meant to be a killing machine.
I mean, unfortunately, that is the retcon they seem to be like leading.
Oh
to.
yeah.
Poor Frankie.
The big takeaway I saw about this issue, I believe it was a CBR article. So yeah, kids, remember.
Nobody's O'Brien.
Where it's just like, Cole, that cop is using, Daredevil hands him U.S. Agent shield that he took off U.S. Agent. The big headline, we're going to have a new U.S. Agent? And I'm like, really? Because he used his weapon for 5 pages? Really?
And they fought for 5 pages.
It's not like an Iron Man armor. It's like, okay.
No shade to Chip. I do feel like he is so busy with so many different books. Like he has I want to say he has like 3 different creator-owned books. So I do feel like some of this was, and they fought for 5 pages. Well,
again, yeah, too. I mean, yeah, he has creator-owned stuff. He's doing Batman now. Hell.
Yeah.
Then
the chance is never 0.
Well, I mean.
So yeah, this definitely and I'm not complaining. I think that Marco Cicchetto definitely really shine in this issue.
Oh yeah,
the first time in the reboot, really, that I feel like that he's given him the material to just run with and do as he pleases.
Well, yeah, he can only do so much with talking heads, but yeah,
Yeah.
This is, like you said, this was the most action we've gotten.
So I think it's fair, but at the same time, I think it might be a little bit of conflict scheduling. So he's just like, oh, and they fight for 5 pages. Go for it, buddy. Like, I don't really know how collaborative their process is. It seems like they get along well enough, but like I said, there have been like a lot of talking head issues, unfortunately, and I do enjoy Cicchetto's artwork a lot. And like I said, this is definitely my favorite thing about this issue and this run so far, the rebooted run so far.
I mean, Marco Cicchetto, this is your chance to be like the next Frank Miller. It's like, I could no, I'm just saying, no, not that way. No, just like, in an upcoming issue, I'm just waiting to see that these two are like co-plotters and stuff, and
yeah,
where Marco Cicchetto's like taking like half the writing off his hands and stuff. And
I mean, I feel like Chip's such a busy guy. Like I said, I don't know how collaborative their process is, but like this, like I said, we have had a lot of talking heads. So I don't know. Maybe this is like the time that he just tested it out to see how it would work, and I think it worked. Personally,
again, I don't know much about Marco Cicchetto. I don't know if like he would want to do some of the writing, but if so, I mean, I could see that Marvel saying.
I think everybody could use extra credits because that means extra, extra shekels.
And again, if Chip needs the help, and it's just like I could see Marvel saying, yeah, go ahead, take over some of it, and just make sure you run everything by Chip, just to rubber stamp it.
Well, first of all, the editor.
the editor, but 2, it's just like, hey, Chip, was this the direction you were thinking of? Is this,
And like I said, they it's like, it's no secret nowadays they write for their trade. So I do think that they kind of, it's very much like a writer's room approach at this point, where they just kind of like try to break out the 6 at a time method.
Oh yeah.
So I think that might be helpful. I feel like it's just Chip has so much on his plate, and he does a lot of dialogue. So I'm just like, I could go for some more action in the main 2 books with Batman and Daredevil for sure.
Well, again, I mean, I've said it before, and I think this is like the weakness everyone complains about with modern comics. It's just like nobody has time to flesh out characters because they're working on 50 million things because they're not mostly because they're not making the money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna jack up prices on these books, fine.
Make sure it's going to the writer and the
artist.
artist.
But send it to the creative teams and stuff. Yeah. Anybody?
We could go back to newspaper stock. Nobody cares.
No. That makes the books more valuable. If stuff can degrade, it makes them more valuable. When you can save it.
Just thoughts, Marvel. Just thoughts.
Yes.
But I really have not enjoyed the whole Punisher hand storyline at all. It just feels like it really came out of nowhere. It feels really out of place.
It's taken too long.
I mean, you're a fan of Frankencastle or you're not, and I am. But like, even this is too much for me as a Frankencastle fan.
It's taking too long. And again, I wonder too if it's
that's the problem with everything at Marvel right now.
I know.
They're dragging everything out like dark
but if
web.
But if we're crossing over with Punisher's hand too, it probably doesn't help that's
not really helping the book, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, but that's written by somebody else, so you have to work with their time schedule.
And, their editor, it's a pain.
It's like, we can't have Daredevil defeat him too quick.
Yeah, I literally gave up what I think it was like issue 3 of that Punisher crap. I was like, I'm out. I don't care. I'll find out in Daredevil. It'll be fine. Hopefully Elektra kicks his ass. That was basically how I felt about it.
I'm sorry, maybe I'm uncultured, maybe I'd have a low attention span, but if you go more than like 6 issues with a theme, I'm just like, really? We're still doing this?
I thought we learned our lesson from that Spider-Man situation where they kept dragging out freaking
the Clone Saga for 2 years because it was
not the Clone Saga, the one that just happened. You know the one I'm talking
about. Oh, the one with Nick Spencer, with Kindred and all that. Yeah.
Kindred, yeah. So it's like, babes, because that even those sales kind of sagged a little bit. Is that?
Well, yeah. I mean, you go years, I mean, I think we're finally going to get the answer to what did Peter do in the current Spider-Man books, and that's been. I mean, we just had issue 20.
Yeah.
I mean, it does come out twice a month, but still.
I mean, no, that's exactly way too much coming out twice a month.
You know what? You know what? I don't know if you're reading. Are you reading current Fantastic Four?
Yes, of course.
That's the way you do it. The new writer came in. It's like, what did Reed Richards do? Issue 4 came out. They explained what Reed Richards did.
Well, to be fair, Fantastic Four is in a different situation. There's Daredevil and a Spider-Man, where it's like, we've still been rebuilding that whole, specific section of Marvel. It's had some catastrophes lately. So
remind me, let's bring this up when we record Ultimate Spider-Cast, because yes, we got the announcement. The most shocking issue in 50 years is coming, so let's make sure we talk about that on
Peter and Mary Jane get married again. Great.
I hope so.
That's the only shock that would really shock me at this point. We've seen it all, the Spider-Man fans.
Well, everyone's like, what was 50 years ago? Oh, death of Gwen Stacy. But yeah, let's talk about that.
But we already know that she's been slated to come back if you read the solicits. So.
But Gwen?
Nobody reads the solicits? Okay, that's fine.
Wait, they said in the solicits she's coming back?
I could have sworn I read that in the solicit.
Maybe that's maybe that's the shocking thing. They'll bring her back.
Maybe, I don't know. I thought we all knew that.
I thought the shocking thing is
this is supposed to be the year of Gwen Stacy, like originally. Yeah. That's what they said last year. So
I thought the most shocking thing is they were going to try to kill Mary Jane or something.
They know better. They know the fans would rage quit.
Oh no! I mean, I don't know.
We've been through enough with those two.
It might be interesting if they did. If they bring back OG Gwen, what's going to happen to Spider Gwen?
They can exist.
That's true.
It would be cool to actually see OG Gwen and Spider Gwen kind of have a relationship, kind of like Miles and Peter.
Okay, there it is. So we're finally going to bring back the last person who stayed dead.
I just need somebody to say, hey, stay away from the bridge.
All right,
Saving bridges.
all right, burn the list. That's the last one who stayed dead.
Yikes.
Hey, 50 years. That's a good run. I mean, there's people who die and come back a year later. That 50 years is a good.
Yeah. What do you think is next for Elektra though? Like, I feel like they kind of just are leaving that a little too open ended. Like we've kind of like
Again, once we get past this hand crap, I could see Daredevil going back to status quo because that show is going to be coming.
Yeah.
And
Unfortunately,
Elektra needs to go off on her own in her own book.
I hope they do give her own book. I hope like maybe her and Frank work together. I don't know. Somebody's got to keep an eye on that man. He's a loose cannon. And they're both loose cannons, so I feel like they would balance each other out. Maybe it's giving me very much Punisher and Black Widow.
She she's looking for redemption. It's like, oh, well, here, let me help you.
Yeah. It's been a long time since he had a female partner, so I think that would be a very interesting dynamic to take a peek at, and I hope that's because, man, they got to do something with that book.
And
they got to do something with that character.
And especially, too, I mean, if Punisher sales aren't the best and you're not sure if Elektra can hold her own book, yeah, do the team up.
To me, that's what makes sense, but
yeah.
Corporations, man, they surprise me with their decisions every day.
But again, it's like if you're worried about a female-led book, add a male partner. If you're worried about either one of them holding sales, combine them.
Definitely.
And then you have Daredevil swing by every 6 months a year.
Exactly. He's got connections to both of them, so it kind of really actually works pretty perfectly.
And then once Kingpin gets
and
up,
that way the hand stuff makes more sense. Like I really hated that.
I hope that's where they're going.
Yeah.
And once Kingpin starts his hijinks again,
yeah. The fist in the hand, it's just a little too sexual for me.
It'll be violent moonlighting, will they? Won't they?
Ooh! Well, no, I don't think they would ever hook up.
No.
Frank is too hung up on his dead wife, clearly.
Oh no, you think?
He's like, F them kids, but my wife?
Oh no. The hand magic can bring those kids back.
He doesn't care. He's like, just the wife. That's fine. just the wife.
Well, someone needs to polish that rifle with Hellfire.
Ew. Just make your hand fall asleep. Then you got some stranger danger.
Wow!
But one thing I will say is that what I don't like is there definitely feels like a power mismatch between the Punisher, Daredevil, and Elektra. So like.
Oh, you mean with his hand powers?
Yeah. Ew.
I wonder if my wrist is ready.
So it's just been kind of that power creep situation.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Again, it doesn't seem like they know what to do with the Punisher. Again, Frank and Castle.
Why do we need to take a break? Like
he was a freaking angel.
Yeah, he's been through a lot.
Again,
and we need to let the character just rest for a while until those right-wing extremists kind of find another symbol to cling on to.
Yeah, there you go.
That new symbol is. It is absolutely atrocious. And I think it's supposed to be atrocious on purpose to prevent people from.
Well, yeah. Well, I think that was.
I have yet to see a new Punisher shirt be put out with that symbol, so that tells me everything I need to know.
Was that part of this story? Doing this storyline, so they had a reason to change up the symbol for a while.
Yeah, but nobody's biting. That thing is not the best to look at.
No. Well, again, maybe that was the point.
Yeah. But I think this issue is a solid B. It's just very curious where they go from here. That's all.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, that story has been dragging on for way too long. We got to wrap it up. I'm over it.
What is up with that logo? It looks like something off a lazy pirate flag.
It looks like Wolverine. Looks like Wolverine on steroids.
No, it looks like something like a lazy pirate that put no time and effort into their brand. Something.
Is that like a bird towards somebody? I don't know. Do we have beef with real pirates? What's going
on? Ark. Not to insult your people, but yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, Phil. You do know I live in Florida. Our football team are the Buccaneers. I literally live in a pirate cove, bro.
You know how many people badmouth your Buccaneers for no other reason? Tom Brady.
Oh, listen, I badmouth the Buccaneers. I'm a Raiders fan. What are you talking about?
Oh my.
Well, I used to be a Chargers fan until they left San Diego, so now I'm a Raiders fan. Back to the 90s, baby.
All right. Anything
On
else?
that note, yeah.
Yes. I said we went long, but it is 50th episode, so. Oh, but speaking of Mr. Frank Castle, next month we'll be covering Daredevil 183 and 184. Featuring-
How apropos?
Featuring Mr.
Question
Frank.
mark?
I mean, he's in the. I'm sure he'll probably be in the next new issue too. So
Yeah.
I believe written by Frank Miller. So
Ooh. So we don't have to be nice. That's fine.
there you go. Yes. All right. So yes, kids. So send your thoughts. Send your thoughts on the Daredevil movie. We'll read them next time, or we do enough damn podcasts. All right. So yeah, send your thoughts. Email us CapesandLunatics@gmail.com or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, brand new one-stop shopping. If you want to check out our episodes, videos, social media, merchandise, or even just a list of who's on what damn show, go to our website, tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. And it's in every show notes of every episode and video we do, so you don't even have to memorize the damn thing. That's where Charlie Esser goes when he wants to know what show he's on. All right. Speaking
He
of,
makes Tristan look it up. Be serious.
boy, what show am I on? All right. So, he's got a new hotspot. I did see that. So,
Yes, me too.
check out Super Connectivity.
Congratulations, boys.
Check out Super Connectivity. Hope it won't be as choppy. All right. Love Hellfire.
Well, right now you can only find me on one place on the interwebs, and that's TikTok. So if you are on TikTok, please be sure to give me a like and a follow because my content is for friends and followers only. That's at Lilith Hellfire 69.
Either do the 6 or do the 9.
Yeah, she's only on TikTok. She can get that Only Buddies to work.
Try to donkey punch me now, bitch.
Only friends. Somebody stole it from me already. So
Mr. Matt Murdock.
I'm going to the hole on principle.
tapping my weight down. So
All right, I gotta do both. No, there's Tingle. Okay.
Tapping my way downtown.
Tapping my way downtown.
be sure if you are a member of the Patreon Elite to be on the lookout because we have a really
yes,
Saturday the 3rd this year.
February, yeah. Yes, February's episode will be this, that, or the 3rd with Justin the Owl himself. So
it's gonna be a hoot and good time.
My favorite biscuit.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. All right, kids. Thank you for joining us. Again, in 1 month, Punisher and Daredevil punch each other in the face a lot.
What's new?
I'm sure Frank Miller will be angsty.
What's new?
What's new?
Same as it's ever been.
Oh my God, Will and I were talking last week, I think, on Sector 2814 about
Green Lantern.
like we were saying we should talk I don't know, well, we were like big like defining moments in comics, like when did the Silver Age start, and Dark Knight Returns and all that crap.
Yeah.
When everything went dark, yeah. So we should get a round table.
The Silver Age.
We should get a round table together and discuss that.
It's the day that they stopped doing the Howard the Duck book, obviously.
All right, kids. Join us next week for another bright, shiny, happy episode. But until then, remember, it's better to be with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Nailed it! So happy for you, Phil.
It's like Matt Murdock. I nailed it. Good night.
Ooh.
Watch out for those alligators in the sewers.